Not sure what your experience is over there, but yes, it's true. This man has an actual working dick, and those of you who have been misled to the contrary had been you had all been misled by my strength of will. See, I knew the place was going to be under surveillance, and I knew that there was a whole bunch of fucked off tootsles and lesbians, and I knew that the homo fag agenda. I knew that they wanted to make fun of me, and I knew that lesbians and tootsles they seem to think that a small penis is a laughing matter. No, homosexual women are the laughing matter. Okay, how do you have children if you're a homosexual woman? Oh, you steal them. Oh, of course. Wow, what a great idea. How come nobody followed this? The satanic homosex agenda. Now, you're welcome to follow the Luciferian homosex agenda, or how about you just learn to suck dick? Because I have been teased and taunted by homosexual women for the majority of my adult life. And it's always the same refrain. Don't let him near the women. He'll ruin them. Yeah. Anytime a woman actually gets to meet me and talk to me, she's blown away because I'm nice, I'm polite, I'm considerate, and I'm the exact opposite of what she's been told her entire life. And this is 2024. A lot of these women have been hearing about me their whole lives because their mothers are these totally fucked off toadsleses who have been snarling and screaming and chomping at the bit to get their hands on me. I want to kill that Michael Kuzi. I don't know who they are, but when you piss off a woman who's already hiding, and then you keep on doing it, and then you don't give a shit, and you know, yeah, hell hath no fury. Yeah, come get some. Well, the thing about fucked off lesbian faggots is that they tend to rely on cops because they're women. Number one, they're punier. Number two, if they're dumb enough to fucking piss me off and think that I'm never going to amount to anything, they obviously have no conception of clairvoyancy, right? So basically, the lowest of the low of Satan worshippers. Now, I don't have any problem with people in America worshiping Satan because God wins and we have religious freedom. The more people worshiping Satan, the better the rest of us look. There is a problem, however, when Satan worshippers are scheming to kidnap and murder perfectly good virgins just to keep them out of my hands. Wow, I had no idea I was that pretty. Is it time for an existential crisis? Haven't you circled the wagons? Okay, so it was a few years ago. Remember when the cops fucked up? Mistakes were made, right? I really don't hold it against them. Everyone was supposed to fuck up. Okay, not everyone was supposed to do it over and over and over and over. And I'm not gonna name any names here, but this one guy, he just hasn't gotten it through his head yet that it's not a fluke. He doesn't get to hop into that body anymore. He lost his body hopping privileges. There was this guy who had this magical power. He could hop into women's bodies. I'm not sure if he gets to do it anymore, or if he's just too shy. I'm not sure. But this guy was in my friend's body when I woke up. I went to sleep next to her. I woke up. There's a dude in my friend's body, clearly pissed off, because I kind of thought that might happen, and so I arranged to have psychokinetic shielding as well as a friend who knows how to stay hidden. Okay, so this guy clearly thought that he was going to jump into her body, like he apparently did all the time. I guess she didn't feel safe admitting that to me since they were already putting her into a loony bin and pumping her full of drugs. She probably didn't want to tell me that there's a guy who gets in my head after he raped me. Because you know what I'd say? I'd say, oh, well, maybe you should have sucked my dick then. Click. I carry a grudge a pretty long way, and in this one case in particular, in reality, I'm not nearly so harsh. And in reality, she's not taking my calls, but she wants me to come visit her, even though she knows she's bait, because Her entire life she's been bait, and she's thought that that was a bad thing. And yeah, it is kind of bad for her. And then I guess that's why she shouldn't have fucking lied to me. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know at what point this is going to gel together in her head because I don't know which one this one. I don't know which one this. I don't know which one this is anymore. I'd like to go visit my friend, but here's the thing: she's being held prisoner in a behavioral hospital run by cops who don't understand the law, or that the satanic ritual abuse syndicate has penetrated all of society. Supposedly, I'm supposed to be dangerous, and I am, because I like that girl, but the only reason why she's alive is because I saved her life, and I didn't save it so that a bunch of dudes could rape her into a coma or drive her insane and put her back in the loony bin. This is currently her third involuntary commitment. Three. She had one before, and I didn't visit her because the only thing I wanted to do was fuck her brains out and then leave her there. She was loony. She was under the impression that she was okay lying to me. Later on, she revealed to me that she was raped by a guy named Jesus in the loony bin. And my name used to be Michael Jesus Clifford Cusigo Gomez. So it was clear that she was used as bait and that she thought being raped was cool and that she was willing to go to any length to get revenge on me. Funny how she remembered that. I guess the other stuff she forgot about. She claimed that she had no idea about this other stuff. You know, lying to clergy and the special consequences that come with it. After a certain point, it's pretty much chef's choice. Like I want to see her too, and I'd like to scroll up to the behavioral hospital and ask him, hey, I'm gonna can you give me a pizza and a 6-pack of beer and get the rape room ready. Put Cuddles into a straitjacket, naked from the waist down, and roll around in some oats and hay, and then I'll run in there and I'll rape her, and then I can get back to work. Okay, thanks, bye. I can't do that. Somebody else used to do that. She became somebody's rape toy, and she's mad at me because I didn't rescue her fast enough. The Californians. This is not her fault. I think it's actually endearing, but she doesn't know that it's endearing. She thinks I might be teasing her, and since she's currently in the loony bin, 3-time lucky, she's kind of wondering where did she go wrong, and then depending on what's the level of denial she's in, the answer is where she went wrong is thinking that she was going to fucking lie to me and run game on me. Okay. Now I don't know how many times women do that to people. Like all the time. I think that's the modern age. They've destroyed the idea of a woman being traditional. Now people think traditional means she gives blowjobs. That's not traditional. No. Traditional is you pick her out of a fucking Sears robot catalog at age 9, and then you correspond with her mother and father for a while, and then figure out how you're going to have her brought to you, and the kid has no idea that she's being groomed. When that's parenting back in the day. Now grooming is something different, and it's about to be something else entirely because I decided I don't like it. A long time ago, like when I was 15, I said, "Wow, I don't like the way those lesbian faggots are acting like I'm not allowed to hang around the girls." Because apparently I had a reputation for being rapey. I think I know why too, because my dad was an asshole, and I'm Hungarian. Have you met many of us? I don't have to rape anybody. And then I'm not a vampire. I don't have hypno gaze to seduce. I can learn that though, and I know a guy who has that. And then it's okay that he did that because he has a job and washboard abs and money, and it's plausibly deniable that I just couldn't help it. No. If women knew what the fuck they were doing, they wouldn't be able to be seduced with. But apparently, when women have the bit installed, and they take shitloads of drugs and they lie to everybody, especially about Michael Clifford, apparently their soul just goes. Especially the daughters of Eve. Now, not all women are daughters of Eve. And that's a great thing because Eve's not the brightest kid that ever walked off the plank. I like Eve, I do. She's a little upset. She thinks that she's been tricked. She thought that if she wandered up to me and said, "Hello, I'm Eve," and I said, "Wow, I love you," she thought that meant that we were married. That's how. This is remember this is Adam's first wife, long time ago in the laboratory creche, because Adam and Eve were abductees, and then these extraterrestrials thought that they were going to be clever, clever. Yeah. Did you read my story yet? Did you like it? I don't know if it got published out or anything. I put it directly into YouTube comments and then I forgot about it, even though it was direct from God and it was this cool retelling of the creation myth. Yeah, I didn't publicize it or anything. I just had this incredibly new and thought-provoking religious teaching. So rather than make a big fucking deal of it, I just put it on YouTube and then went back to smoking crack. I mean meth. I mean whatever the fuck, crack, meth. What I smoked doesn't seem to matter much when it's Mick Jagger. And then Albert Camus was high as balls when he wrote The Plague, and that didn't stop them from telling me to read it in high school. They didn't tell me he was high as balls on speed. It's funny how they don't tell certain things to certain students. Everybody else probably knew, but I didn't know. And then maybe it was meant to be like an add-on thing. At that point, I didn't really care, since the year before, a bunch of kids who were all older than me, they arranged to have me date raped. And the reason why is because they thought I was competition, so they wanted to neutralize me early. Now, I didn't realize this at the time. I only knew that I didn't like what they were doing and I didn't know how to make it stop, but one day I would. That day has come, and then some. I don't need to go over any of this. I don't want to. Those few who haven't picked up on the subtext yet, the longer they take to clue into the reality, the better. I don't want to make it sound terrible, right? Remember when they were laughing at my friend, and they were giggling, and they had a picture of MV and a picture of Azrae, and then they were looking up at her, and they seemed to be amazed. Remember that? Okay, so I didn't like that, and then I also didn't like the way it looked like I was okay with it, especially since there was already somebody pretending to be me taking up all the bandwidth in the server narrations that I was taking up. Nobody's been able to see anything I read or wrote for a long time, which is good, They could see it later, and then if they had known that I was literate and had a plan, more people might have been pre-warned. But apparently nobody had any idea that I was serious. Take his job, destroy his entire life, kill them all repeatedly until satisfactory results are obtained. That sounds kind of threatening, and it's not. It's just that's what happens when you kill a Hungarian's family. Did you ever see Usual Suspects? Funny thing, my first DVD, when we first got a DVD player, I thought about what's the first DVD I want to own? What's a movie that I could watch over and over? The Usual Suspects. The Hungarian Kaiser Soze. I'm the Hungarian Michael Cusi. It's really not the same story, because it was a movie. They toned it down some for general audiences, even though it was an R-rated movie. Also, funny story. I almost watched that movie the first time I took acid, with very amateurish DEA spooks who thought that they were going to teach me a lesson. No, I had that all planned. And then I didn't get to go there with George. I went there with Jim. And then years later, Jim has been turned into a pedophile and is afraid to talk to me. So strange. He sure did like playing games with me, board games where he could, negotiate with his friends that he had telepathic communications with, and then gang up on me, because I was obviously smarter than everybody there, but I didn't have any friends, so they figured they'd use their Spurglord, arachnid brain, whatever the fuck the hive mind is. I've never fallen prey to space spiders who take over your brains. But then again, I'm not a skeeved off, uber rich, overly entitled spook child who thought Bellevue was cool of all places. Look, I'm not mad at any of you. I don't need revenge. just the fact that I'm alive and I can see all of you in my mind's eye, and none of you have had the balls to talk to me. That's revenge enough. Did I mention what you're doing is a bad idea? I'm sure I did. And then, do you remember laughing at me? Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that fun? You're like, oh, Jackstar, take your meds. You're a schizo. Yeah, how fucking schizo am I now? Don't go over it. You're probably not allowed to speak. Otherwise, your little lawyer will fire you. Hey, by the way, I haven't spent a dime on legal fees. Do you know why? Jesus told me not to. Jesus is my lawyer. Yeah. I kind of wanted to back away from that, but Jesus says that he can't believe how fucking stupid this whole thing was. And I still think I'm better off not getting crucified. I don't want to be nailed to a tree. I don't want to hurt trees. I want to fuck dryads. I don't want to apologize to them. Jesus, on the other hand, he seems to think that, oh, living here is terrible. Oh my God, I have a house that's filthy. It's shaped like a church, and it's haunted. And then I can handle it without him. Jesus is pissed. He's just doing clean. He feels like he's been taken advantage of. You're goddamn right. Yeah. I don't want Jesus having sex with my girlfriend. I want Jesus doing my taxes. I want Jesus doing the dirty work. I'd like to have sex with a girl who likes me. But apparently, at some point I was deemed unqualified to fuck. Because apparently my progeny are feared for their ability to be intelligent. And I guess people thought I was kidding. No, I'm intelligent. Yeah. The reason why I didn't have children is because I didn't think it'd be fair to the rest of the punilings. Okay. I would, but nobody's made a jump for the spigot since I announced, oh yeah, I could probably breed. And the reason why is because somebody's already made promises. Somebody thinks they own me. Oh God. There's nothing like a fucked off lesbian to fucking make your day. Oh yeah, she's got no fury like hell, but she's also got no brain either. She's a woman. She's servant Satan. She's not that smart to begin with. And then it turns out being a fucked off totes lesbian makes them all go, because Satan is no dummy. He's a robot, but he's no dummy. The satanic homosexual agenda was meant to turn man against woman, and he knows full well how scary women are. So the first thing that happens to these women is they lose their fucking minds when they see a washboard abs, because any man who has a flat stomach, well, obviously he's from the future, or has access to lots of drugs, or has so much fucking leisure time that he can be a self-absorbed narcissist and that easily be taken advantage of. Men and women aren't as simple as they need to be on purpose. They're that way because that's what the Bolsheviks and the Satanists wanted for these last few decades. Now, having been born in this world in 1973, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't understand why everybody's so stupid. Now I realize, these are the elite crew. These are the kids that were supposed to be hand-selected by eugenicists for top performance in being a lion. They sucked. I grew up in a small town that was kind of like a Potemkin village, and everybody there had some sort of connection to security or cops or whatever. And all of their parents told them that it was okay to pick on me, and it was for my own good. It would make me stronger, and they wanted their children to grow up knowing what it was like having to target somebody for ritual humiliation. They picked the wrong guy. For one thing, I don't like being humiliated. For another, I saw people humiliate my father and my mother. And, well, long story short, it didn't work out as intended. I've completely annihilated their plan. You don't know what their plan was. Trust me, it's annihilated. And then whatever plan they're going to come up with again, God's going to rain hellfire and send Valkyries to fuck with them, because this is 2024. Christmas Eve was 2021. 3 years. 3 years. Where are my friends who would like to celebrate with me? Are they being sent to Gaza? Are they being held up in customs? Are they being farmed out to clandos with low morals and huge gun collections? I don't know. But at this point, it's a little late. 3 years. somebody should have been able to tell. And then if they couldn't, or if they didn't, I don't know what the actual deal is, but I'm still being held incommunicado. Now it's a blessing. I don't have to hear about how fucking stupid all you are. Like, wait. What? And then nobody told me. Okay, well, look, I'm not mad at anybody in particular at all. I'm not mad. How the fuck would I be mad? Seriously. I have options and I haven't spent any money on lawyers. All of the bad people have no options and they're bankrupt. I just heard that BlackRock filed for bankruptcy. Heard that from a Jew who tried to rip me off, so I don't really know, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe she did rip me off. And then that shows you how far out of the loop I am. I should have heard about that day one. Used to be people talk to me about stuff like that. And then something happened. Something happened to make me mysterious. And I can only imagine what happened was somebody figured out that, yeah, I've been serious the whole time. Paladin, work for God. Fuck you. So nobody in particular ought to be worried, but some people who have been really really rude, they might want to relax a little if they can. I'm not mad at anybody, and I know they're toddlers. There's some particularly annoying toddlers, and then a lot of them say the N-word a lot. It's not that it bugs me when I hear it. It's that, wow, I was thinking about fucking that girl, and then somebody programmed her to be a racist and to hate me. I wonder if they have a little Sprit bottle for that? Psh, psh, and all of a sudden she's a fucking stupid bitch, or was she a stupid bitch the whole time? It's hard to say. And then in this context, I don't want to tease such women, because when they wake up from their 92-hour medical fucking coma, whatever the fuck the fucking Quakers and the Amish do to fucking reset these women. There's ways to reset them, but it involves knowing codes and having authority and giving a shit about the women themselves. I'm concerned about grapefruit. Have been for a while. These recent converts, I don't give a fuck if they think that I'm only good for a speed bump. This is my goddamn house. I'm the Lord of the Demesne. That doesn't mean pretend I'm insane and then hope it will pay off. No. It does pay off. I'm the Lord of the Demesne. I'm not likely to fall for your feminine wiles. Let me tell you about feminine wiles. I don't give a shit. They were going to kill her and blame me. I was going to be Scott Peterson Part 2. I save her life. I get no accolades. I get no rewards. I get no praise. I instead get puny villagers scared of me, because I guess I'm supposed to knuckle under and fucking kiss the ass of the fucking who's the bad guy? Are they interdimensional beings? Art, they're not alien. Well, whatever the fucking boogeyman is. Okay, thanks, Masonry. Thanks for letting them in. Now, I waited till the last minute to save all your asses because I'm that cheeky. But I got news for you, Freemasonry. I'm a free thinker. I don't give a shit about being a Freemason. Don't want to be a lion. Don't want to be a fucking Kiwanis. Don't give a rat's ass about the Elks. I really don't. They're cool. But the main thing is that I don't know. What did y'all do about Kayla Mueller? Remember her? Remember Amanda Knox? Remember her? I told my mother, who the hell is Amanda Knox? She looked at me like I was an idiot, because I kind of was. She was a big deal at the time, and I didn't hear about her until she was coming home. And apparently she was locked in a prosecutor's dungeon by some creepo who wanted to have sex with her, and he tried over and over and over to get her to consent. And then, since I know her, kinda, not Amanda Knox, but the being she was before then, I guess some sort of karmic backlash. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but there's this woman who pissed me off, and then she thought she was all that. And damn it, there's a no contact order. No, wait, it's a TRO, except it was issued how many years ago? And then I still haven't gone in to go take care of it because I don't really want to tell the judge on open record what the deal is. I don't want to embarrass her. Although if she would get out of the way, that would be great for me because she's got two friends, one of which I want to embarrass further, and the other one wants to fuck me. Now, that's a common refrain. I don't have to pay attention to all these, but I'd rather do that than go to court. And then like, it's kind of hard to go to court since my license is suspended twice, and now I'm not in the database. And they took my cars, two of them, and then they messed up my motorcycle, and then they. Look, we get it. Some people don't like me, and they can bring overwhelming force to bear against little old me. And that's because I'm, what, a drug user, gay, blick, rude, putting teens at risk. Like, what is exactly the deal that makes me disposable and then everybody else not? Well, I'll tell you the answer. I don't put out. I expect to get paid. I really do. Now, most people expect the man to work and the women to coast on her ass. And the reason why the satanic homosexual agenda has permeated society and given that impression is because women are stupid when you cut off their thing, whatever. When they don't have children and they don't have a support group and you surround them with yes men, women are incredibly easy to manipulate. That's why there was nothing I could do once Grapefruit was targeted. Nothing. There was also nothing I wanted to do because that bitch lied to me. Now, I didn't know it would take this long, but I'm long since happy on my own. This is all extra God stuff. Apparently that woman broke some rules and she's in trouble and she misses me so much. So we're going to an extra length to give her all kinds of opportunity to embarrass herself and the rest of her clan so that she can have a chance to say that she's sorry, and then I can hand her ring back and say, bye-bye. That's what she thinks I'm going to do. I'm not going to do that. I love Grapefruit. She's incredibly valuable. But I'm not allowed to talk to her. Still, years later, case is dismissed. You'd think I'd be able to talk to her. Emergency's over, right? No, 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 no. No, I can't talk to her. No. Mostly because nobody knows which one is which, including her, because they pumped her up so many fucking fuck me drugs and fucking reprogramming drugs. She didn't know her ass from her elbow. Yeah, that's her. That's what you get when you call the police. Now, I'm not going to make a big thing of this. I'm not going to dredge up old video files. They locked my computer because I've got old files that they've scrubbed from the web. I've also got the New Zealand footage mosque shooting. I got a copy of that. It's over on that computer over there. I don't need to share these things. I'm not threatening to. I didn't know it was that big a deal. Huh. I mean, aren't you all occult librarians? Oh, you're new to the game. Okay, so I've been doing this legit for a long time. I told Homeland Security everything I'm saying today. Yeah, I'm a paladin. Yeah, this, that, yeah, that. The paladin part is kind of new, but I don't really pay attention to when I talk to Homeland because I think they're fucking funny. They're a little late for one thing. For another, where were they? Where were they when I was getting attacked? Oh, they didn't care then. They were concerned because I'm the child of a Hungarian ruffian, and my father pissed off so many people. I'm not surprised. And on top of that, I'm not even trying to piss people off, and I have made your entire world a wasteland. If your entire world consists of using chemicals to seduce women, which for a surprisingly large number of people apparently did. Now, I didn't hear about this because I figured out that I didn't care for society when they set me up to be date raped in high school and then infected me with a disease and then told everybody that it was terrible and then I never understood what was going on. It was very, very puzzling why that had happened. Not anymore, right? But at the time it was traumatic, and then it caused me to decide I'm not going to fucking work for your fucking system. So that's why there's no work history in my Social Security. That's why I'm not working now. That's why I'm not mowing the lawn. That's why I'm not picking up this house. I am working. I'm working for God. My job is to be awesome. Is that not enough? Apparently it's not enough for some, because what they were expecting was that I would have income that I would A, value, and B, they'd get to hide behind. Okay, so I figured all this out years ago. If I don't have any income, you can't use me to money launder. And if you don't ask me, you're not supposed to. And if you money launder without asking me, you go to jail for fraud. So all the work that people have been doing to lead me off the side so they can get me out of the way so they can do business as usual, they just built their own case around them. Yeah. I don't know how many people were thinking of using my mother's name to launder money, but I don't know how many people thought that the computer that I had at my old house, 162.66.39, I put that computer there with no software on purpose and left it there with the New Zealand mosque shooting out. Left it there for years. It was fucking 11 years on one installation of Windows. I used to reinstall Windows every 2, 3 months, to keep it fresh. Also because reasons. And then something happened to make me go, what? And then I decided to turn my computer into a honeypot. I think it worked. Yeah. I shared a bunch of copyright material. I got to do that because, well, I'm an occult researcher, and I was researching the occult. Also, somebody else had to follow those rules because they were an undercover cop, and they were addicted to drugs that they only got from cops. So if they didn't obey the rules, their undercover cops would, cut them off. And since they had pissed off everybody else on the planet, literally, she had to follow the rules. I didn't have to do that because nobody's going to sue me. I would have loved to go into court. Oh, is this against the law? Really? How is it theft? I would have, been myself. They didn't want to ruin me because they needed me for later, but they did want me to be chagrined about all the cool ass stuff that I had downloaded. And then, wow, it's all gone. Cops took it off, which is fine. I wasn't really trying to rebroadcast it, but if we'd gone Mad Max and the whole world was empty, I would have had the finest library of non-porn, rare artworks, because I was assuming that as fucking stupid as all the goddamn humans are, that they wouldn't be able to keep a library going. I mean, shit, the Library of Alexandria burned down, right? Oops, that would have been next. Do you think that might have been a psyop? Hang on. God says you're not ready for that. Most people thought it was going to be okay. They would figure, oh, well, God won't let them die, and then this can't possibly get out of hand, can it? It's not out of hand. I have you in my grip. I bear the mark of the Dragon Slayer. Hi. It feels better than I thought. Max Apex Conquistadore. I don't want to say who I conquered, and then I technically haven't really conquered them if I don't know who they are. But let's just say there are people having bad days, and I arrange for that in general. I don't know how I did that, and it'll be a hard one day in hell before anybody calls up a prosecutor and says, hey, I want to file a case against Michael Clifford Cousy. What? I think he hung up. What happened? The guy was trying to prosecute me, pretending to be the public defender and geisting into the body of the woman that I was supposedly cheating with that I wasn't. Hadn't had sex with her in 12 years. And the reason why is because she pissed me off too. And so she had a prosecutor going in and out of her head. And I guess he scared her, because I guess he lied to her and said there was nothing I could do and she would never see me again. No, she would just have to tell me the truth. And then that was difficult for her because she's Californian and I'm black, or at least she thought I was black. This woman was sheltered, and then she was the future past karmic life of this woman who pissed off somebody else. And then I didn't know about any of this until much later. I assumed that you were busy, all of you. I assumed you were busy doing things. I didn't realize that you had actually been led to believe that I was the problem. No, I'm not the problem. I'm the dead canary. Okay. The problem is you had fucking time traveling 21 Jump Street fuckos in my high school trafficking women, and they got jobs and cars and guns and drugs, and I got nothing. Huh. That's weird. I guess they really did hate me, and I destroyed their earning potential, because I guess that woman was. I mean, they were chasing after her. She's still great looking. She's lovely. Now that I know what she's good for, she's not any more valuable to me. But I can see why people put up with her. And then she's no good anymore, is she? She's been caught up, as they say. That wasn't supposed to happen at all. I made it happen. I was supposed to be deathly unhappy and miserable. That's how I was supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to know that what she was being used for. I didn't really know, and I still don't. But the last thing I'm going to give a fuck about is what a gang of homosex nerd lords do with my ex from high school because they're mad at her for letting them down and not taking me out. I guess she told them that I could be handled. Yeah, it could have been. But instead, she got turned into a mind slave by the DEA who ran her around the world, turned her into a whore. And yeah, I had no idea. Now, you want me, I could rescue her, except I already have. And then I don't really, what's wrong with that? She likes being a whore. It's money, right? Oh, you thought she was better before. Okay, well, that's your opinion. Maybe you should have taken better care of her because I hadn't seen her in years. Years. And you did what with her? And none of you told me. And you're all in family court. And some of you don't still understand what that means. When you get involved in family court, they pay attention to things like your chat history for the entirety of your entire life. They do things like listen to you in the bathroom because they can. And they do this because children are our future. And hey, I was 15 and a half. And then either someone killed her cat or she lost her cat when she lost her job. And she told everybody that I had killed her cat. Or rather, she made it possible for people to wonder, did he kill her cat? No. I didn't touch her pussy. And then the cat didn't like me. The cat's name was Sue Me. And the cat was from the future. And then I don't know if the cat was Jewel or not, but at some point, time-traveling cats belonging to little girls who get sent back in time so they can go on a class project and acquire a sample of Hungarian baby batter. At some point, this breaks down because I never needed to have sex with that person. I still don't. Somehow she needed to have sex with me. And not only did she participate in the date rape of a 15-and-a-half-year-old while she was an adult taking public money from where, I don't know. I don't know if it was this timeline or another. But she had to eventually rape me just for spite. She could have had my semen anytime. My semen don't propagate unless I tell them to. It's a little safety feature. I don't know if she caught, but this woman was in the future working with the Greys, and I had this abduction experience where it seemed like my house, but I could tell it was a holodeck. And I was asked to impregnate 3 women, and she was one of them. She climbs on top of me, and she goes like this, as if having sex with me is disgusting. And to her it must have been because she had lost the barbet. And then I didn't want to breed with her. And then if she had told me, I would have said, why? And then she would have said, I heard Hungarian genes are strong. And then she probably didn't want to admit that out loud because I guess where she was from, New Schwabenland, where Hitler won the war and then escaped through the wormhole, Die Glock. And even though she was an abo, she had been raised to believe that blonde hair and blue eyes were better than angry, hungry, brown-eyed nigger Jackstar man. So she didn't want to just have my semen, she wanted to take it. She eventually did that 30-some years later. She looked about the same as she did when she was in high school. Now, I don't know if that's a dream or a hallucination or some kind of a moral folklore fable. But my plan was to do what I thought was best, and then I just simply didn't believe that somebody would be so foolish as to actually do that, because this person had said to me other things, and then had sent me a bunch of letters that were written by committee. Letters are gone, as well as the information that it was painstakingly written with hand. This woman attempted to steal information from the future and come back, and then this was her plan. She wanted my rape baby, and then she was going to pay for it with fraudulently mined crypto that she was going to get by being a time traveler. That's how fucking entitled this woman was. Now, you don't know who I'm talking about, right? You can guess. Yeah, she got caught. She got caught. I don't know when, but the penalty for using time travel devices to steal money fraudulently and to rape a Hungarian who happens to be the direct line descendant of Hercules. Apparently she's in a lot of trouble. Yeah. And doesn't fully know it yet, because if she did, she would call me and say that she was sorry, because she still hasn't done that yet. She's not sorry at all. She's not sorry at all. She's a totally mind-warped, fucked-off totes-les. Or she's a whatever the fuck kind of lesbian she is. Bitch don't like men, and she don't like me. Because that's what happens when you take a whole bunch of these drugs over time and lie about it. And she's been mainlining it since she was 16, supposedly 19. I don't know. She didn't want me to be on drugs. She wanted me to be sober, and she wanted her natural beauty to enrage my passions, and then she wanted me to throw myself on her and rape her and then be caught, and then she could throw me in jail, and then she could feel good about how much she enjoyed it, because then she could claim that this was all in her head. And this is what grooming did to children. That one took it too far, and then I didn't. I calmly assessed the situation, and I made a deal with God. And years later, wow, nobody does revenge like God. Nobody. I don't have to say why or how or what. All of you know. And when I tell you I don't know, I really don't. I've been incommunicado for some time. I know kind of why I am. I know I don't want to, I didn't go to all the trouble to be insulated from all this fucking bullshit just to fucking gossip about it. I don't know what those two did to have a falling out. But I suspect that it has something to do with the way they both lied to each other and to me about the stories they were using to get me to acquiesce to their dumb plan. And their dumb plan, they thought, would solve everybody's problem. Maybe it would have, but it didn't pass muster with me, because they treated me like ass and assumed that I was an idiot and didn't believe me when I said, everything that happens under the trust has to benefit me. Yeah, it doesn't benefit me for them to run around the cosmos raping and pillaging. It doesn't benefit me at all. But what does benefit me is having them caught without me having lifted a finger or had anything to do with it or even knowing anything about it. I mean, and I don't really know. I thought she was dead. I called FBI and made a missing persons report. Hey, yeah, I haven't seen my friend since breakfast. She acted kind of weird, like she was in danger. And then I didn't give a shit. I just left because reasons. And then haven't heard from her since. It seems kind of strange. I thought she'd be apologizing by now, but I guess she thought it'd be better to get killed and chopped up into little pieces and buried. So, okay. So she's missing. Here's her number. I've been calling her voicemail every other day for the last 3 or 4 months just to leave the long list of messages, because I'm either insane or didn't kill her. Okay, so good luck, FBI. Bye. Click. I didn't give a fuck where she was. I knew where she was. Her spirit came back from the future and told me that she was dead. Didn't specify why. Didn't have to. Have you met the bitch? I can't believe she dies so little. I haven't killed myself. She ends up doing it a lot, because it turns out, I guess she figures out really early on that she made a mistake, and then I guess she doesn't know how big that mistake is, because she hasn't even broken up with me. She hasn't apologized, and then how many of them are there? Well, I only need, I don't know. I don't really need all of them, and then neither does she. And I guess all of this doesn't translate well to actual reality. Hey, Joe. Hey, Busta. Give me the money. Give me the money. Yeah, right on. Okay, so friends of mine from high school are tentatively talking to me again, and they should be tentative, because they thought I was an idiot. No, I'm just really, really good at staying in disguise. I don't want to make it sound ridiculous. But I knew that there was going to be trouble when somebody all of a sudden spontaneously dumps the woman that he's been dating for 4 years. Why would that happen? Well, either she pissed him off, or he was groomed, and he decided to renounce Christ. Um, and then the good one killed herself, and then they trashed themselves. I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know that something happened. And not a single fucking person has talked to me about it ever since. They have done a whole bunch of investigations. I guess I'm on some lists. I should be. My father could run through a forest naked and catch pheasants with his bare hands. Not sure if he ripped their heads off and ate them, but he was starving, and he had been conscripted by the Stalinists to be a child soldier. But he wasn't a veteran, and he was afraid of weed, and he told me that I was stupid to believe in God. Okay, well, my dad was kind of an idiot. Yeah, I love him though. And once I understood why he was an idiot, it was much easier to tolerate his behavior. And then, of course, my mother loved him. I asked her one time why they didn't divorce, and she laughed. And then I still don't know what the fuck happened, but clearly something happened. And nobody's told me about it, but it has something to do with all kinds of shit. And you just thought I was just a drunken idiot, huh? No. I figured out this shit was going wrong when I was 8. 8 years old. I'm reading books. I taught myself English when I was 5. Did you know you all been taught the wrong version of English? Yeah, you've been programmed by I don't know what the fuck, but none of you know your own language. And then since I taught it to myself, it was easy for me to continue teaching it to myself when it changed. I'm not gonna teach it to you now, ever. I don't feel like teaching unless it's something I want to teach, and until I get certain credentials, I can't teach students for money. But I can set a good example. For everyone who wondered if those jolly boys at Belgab were ever going to get their comeuppance. I don't know what the fuck they did to other people, but they definitely did it to other people. And I didn't care. I knew I would be last. I showed up on that website and I said, wow, Whitley Strieber, dude with dangerous information. I didn't mean to imply that I was just as dangerous, but well, more so. I have a spine, and then I don't have a wife anymore. And then you're going to have to rate me a lot fucking more before you get me to fucking back down from what I got going on. I don't want to get into it, but let's just say that woman has been saved and humbled, and I guess that's a problem for some people. Yeah, like everybody who giggled when they were laughing at me. Remember the forum with the red background. Remember the 1-800 number for Jewel. Remember the audio with him and a whole bunch of women that all sounded the same. Remember that? I was supposed to feel bad about that, right? Miller used to say, "Live and let live." I told Miller yesterday to fuck off. I did it fairly vociferously in his YouTube comments. I'd been wanting to say fuck off to Miller for a long time, but it just didn't really seem appropriate considering he's kind of dangerous. And then I wasn't really sick of him until recently. I don't know how many Millers there are, but my mother's name is Miller. And then him being Miller, he was supposed to be the fall guy because nobody imagined that I was going to be sticking around for 12 years. They thought I was there for sex, drugs, to break into the industry. Oh, no. I don't care about clout. And the Mr. Fidget, remember Mr. Fidget? Mr. Fidget got fucked because he was trying to make money. I knew what Belgab was about instantly. I recognized the forum software, and I noticed that nobody had invited me there. And the same person had been the sole point of contact between myself and Art Bell Industries. That's called a setup. Now, I appreciate it. I'm not mad about any of it. What I am mad about, I'm not going to say. Let's just leave it at laughing at me on the birthday of the Prince of Peace 3 years ago, and then acting like that's cool, totally cool. That's not good. It's not good considering Jesus Christ is a real guy. I'm not much of a Christian, but I am friends with him. I'm not a Christian anymore because I want to be invited to cool parties, And then having to rely on Christ all the time just seems kind of weak. And then Christ is kind of weak, especially now. He's been humbled and embarrassed. I don't know exactly how, but I think somebody was overusing Christ, and then I didn't. I didn't. So when it all gets totaled up and oh, Gladys, Miller is prescribing bish slap. Miller used to say live and let live. Now he wants a view to a bish slap. Huh. You know, Miller seems to know a number of my friends. And I guess he knew them first. And I guess they had to put up with him for a long time because I guess he thought he had the job. Oh, no. We saved him for last because I know who he is. And he's harmless to me. And then if he accidentally was possessed and then raped some women, well, you know, maybe they should prosecute a case if they have time in between making up all this false paper on me. Did you ever notice how much false paper there is on me? Wow, that's a lot of false paper. Why do you think all that false paper is there? Well, I know, and I'm not going to say because if I told you, then it wouldn't be classified anymore. And then I really am not very mad. I'm just kind of giggly. I like defeating traps. I like saving my friends, and I like doing it publicly, incontrovertibly, in ways that people are going to be talking about for fucking as many fucking years as you want. As soon as you're tired of the mystery, just fucking give me a fucking list of fucking questions. Don't give me any shit about profanity. Go boom, 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 boom. I will explain the whole fucking thing. I suspect you don't want to know. It's embarrassing. Also, I've been waiting around for years, bored, waiting for somebody else to make a move. So my reason why is because I honestly, as God is my witness, I had no idea that Tammy's a turkey. No, she's a, what is she? She's a what? She's a what? She's a what? Okay, don't worry about it. I'm not going to say that she's going to be okay because she's going to cry. She doesn't like crying. And then she's going to run away, and then she's going to be terrified, and then she'll get over it. Most females figure this out by the time they're 5. This chick has been living in a bubble. Okay, she's convinced that I'm not going to leave her alone, and I'm going to rape her daughter. I don't even know her daughter, but she thinks that because she has a daughter, she thinks that I'm automatically going to pick her daughter over her because she hates herself and she sees her daughter as being perfect. And then still hasn't quite understood the way her daughter ran off and traveled back in time. And then I've already had a relationship with her for 7 years. It goes kind of odd, but I had plenty of sex with her. And then probably not going to rape her. And then I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be rape, since I don't know what that woman's doing, but she's not getting in my pants. And then I at one point I wanted to. I didn't agonize over oh my God, what will Tammy say? I didn't agonize over it because I'm not. I didn't even think about these people. I had fucking written all these people off, and then one day, all of a sudden, all these angelic hosts show up, and they're all people from high school, and they got this massive grudge, and they're like, ooh. They're in their 50s, and they're mad at me because they think I've fucked up their lives, and they're goddamn right. I'm not going to tell you how, but yeah, I'm pretty good at revenge, with God backing me up, and at no time did I joke in any way. I sent Grapefruit to infiltrate Bell Gap, just because I was bored. They kidnapped her and reprogrammed her, and then tried to use her against me, and then tried to use her to overthrow the country. So I don't think the Gay Mafia is going to get their security clearances revoked. I don't think they're going to have a Gay Mafia anymore. I think they're going to be nerds again, and then the real Gay Mafia will be the Luciferian Mafia, which we already have. So basically, I've put down the rebellion. Hi, I'm Jackstar. I'm an accomplished diplomat. I like my country, and we have a constitution for this kind of thing. And I don't give a fuck what the fuck anybody says. Bad time to laugh at me in open court while being arraigned. I think I've been remarkably patient. Yeah. I don't care what your experience is because I can't hear from you. It's classified. I'm incommunicado. Don't you have a wedding to get to? Shouldn't you? Maybe you should. Can you take a shower? I don't know. Why don't you go soak your head? Okay, because I've been patiently dealing with this shit for years, and then rather than follow the law, after they dismissed 4 cases, they started up another narcissistic abuse cycle, which mixed feelings. On the one hand, Jesus Christ, I'm sick of this. On the other hand, wow, what an obvious cry for help from somebody else. Haven't called a lawyer. Haven't called 911 since last time I called and I got Sergeant Robinson. I realized that the locals were kind of arrayed against me. And then I don't want to call feds or the Hague or Pope Frank. Pope Frank says I should let you all burn. And I have the patience of a saint to put up with you. Pope Frank doesn't understand. Gladys, Miller, super cereal? Okay, so there's multiple super cereals. The super cereal that I like, he's a killer. No doubt. And he likes me because I respect him. And then he thought he wanted something, so I let him have it. Can't really complain about that. And then I'm not mad at him, but maybe he can go rob a bank and get me $67 million so I can pay off the Mormons to get the lay on hands ritual. Because if I could lay hands on his dick to cure his whatever, I'd be happy to. But last I heard, he was happy with. I don't know. I did everything he said. You're in control of the situation with so and so. She's got a new boyfriend. His voice was catchy when he said boyfriend. Like all I had to do was tell me the truth. Why did he lie? Oh yeah. Because every Mason on the planet by that point was fully corrupted by the hive mind that was from another dimension. Not me though, because I'm not a Mason. I'm just level 0. So that's why I was able to save you all, and then you have no memory of what I did, and you'll never ever prove it. I might write a book and then say too much, and then you'll figure it out. But at that point, what are you gonna do? Put me in jail for saving all your asses? What? If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead and you wouldn't have known, just like you were doing with me. But I wanted you all to be alive so that you could be there to witness what's her nuts say that she's sorry, because she thought I did something wrong, but actually this is the only way she could have what she wanted. Public accolades. She didn't get public accolades for fucking up my childhood. Like people noticed. People noticed that there was 3 of her. Why were there 3 of her? Why did she keep coming back from the future to try and get my baby spunk? How valuable could my baby spunk be? And if it's so valuable, why do I need a job? I didn't want to have a baby, so I didn't need to have an incubator. And then I was kind of curious why the fuck I was having such a hard time. Now I get it. Dad's an asshole, and you all thought I'd be like him. No. I take after my mother. She was brilliant before they attacked her with a team that gave her a traumatic brain injury after they ran her off the road, and then they trafficked her sister and bred her to some guy, and then she divorced him and then married some other guy who had like 12 brothers that all looked the same. And they all thought I was an anchor baby and that they deserved my mother's inheritance more than me. Yeah, they actually, that, I gave them the impression that I was, clueless and uncouth and had no idea what I was facing. No, I knew. My mother was concerned that I wasn't taking the problem seriously. But, oh, no. My mother's sister lied her ass off to me about fucking everything. So when I waited until I was in my 40s to ask her what she thought of Freemasonry, I found out about him when I was 19. And then I thought to myself, why the fuck hasn't anybody told me this? Wow, this is suspicious. Because I was 19 and then I'd been reading books. Nobody told me about Freemasonry. And yet I was surrounded by them, my whole town. Every single fucking one belonged to some sort of group. Turns out I was legacy. But my mother's Bellingham family didn't care for my mother's choice of husband. And then when I was born, my mother denied them access to me. And I know why, because my mother didn't fucking like what the Freemasons had done. They killed her father. They took her sister, gave her 2 babies, took away her teeth, hooked her up with this carpetbagging family, and then gave her a TBI and then never took her to the hospital. Yeah, my mother carried a grudge, and she wasn't sure I could handle her sister, and she was right. I couldn't, uh, nor her fucked off clingers on fucking carpetbagger family. So when I conveniently arranged to cut those people out of my life with a tersely worded email right before the lockdown in March of 2020, I didn't know what they were going to do other than not apologize. I still don't know what they've done. I don't know. Did they hire a lawyer? Did they get the guns? Did they do this? Did they do that? It's a secret. Yeah. 3 years, a year and a half, no water. These fuckers can't invite me over. Say, hey, I heard you have no water. Let me help. Oh, no, 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 no. They don't want to help. They want to kill me because they've been programmed by all these drugs. Turns out these drugs are very, very big with the Clando crowd. And then let's just say that it's not the first time that they've run afoul of my intentions. Um, I don't want to rag on my family, but they're such big assholes that Belgab seemed to step up. So you can count on it. I handed them their ass too. Now I don't know where Allison is. I don't know where the other ones are. I hope they're okay. I hope no one's beating them for not being able to bring me in. But they're women. I'm a titan. I don't know. I don't know who exactly has been hypnotizing women and sending them into battle against me. But obviously not a very brave man. What kind of a man takes women and turns them into soldiers to go up against me? I'm nice. I am nice. This is me being nice. I'm going to glass your world. No, I'm still nice. I'm not really going to do that. I don't have to tell you anything. I'm speaking for an hour and 1 minute. And then I spoke earlier, and I was going to put all that stuff onto my award-winning debrief. And then somebody wiped out my phone's cache, so my work went away. I guess that was their way of telling me to shut up. They couldn't just call and say, hey, you're hurting my feelings and I'm terrified of you. I'm having an existential crisis. Please stop being awesome. No, they can't do that. They just want to destroy my work. I don't know if that means that they can't copy it anymore without destroying it like MVU could, or if they're just actually so petty and pissed at me that they think making a traceable cyber attack and then destroying my work in progress, that's like $800,000 every time they do it. 800K, easy. Easy. Do you know why? No, you don't. It's okay. It's a secret. And then I probably wouldn't want that much. But the lawyers that are doing this, they don't care about me. They don't even know me. They don't give a shit. They have a legal obligation to go after the money. And somebody fucked up large. So big that not only did they laugh at me on Christmas, they did so after planning in public and acting as though that was cool. I guess it's cool if they wanted to be picked up right away, but not so cool if they wanted to get away with anything. And then I guess they thought that telling people that I'm a pedo who smokes weed wasn't good enough. Had to be meth and then needle junkie. I don't have a single tattoo. And then the woman who called the alleged police had so many tattoos that she was covering up, and then she had to change her tattoos because she was recognizable because she had ratted out the wrong people before. And that's who you had me going with. I can see why you had a betting pool. Anyway, I saved her. She shouldn't be mad. She should be delighted because I saved her. They were going to kill her. Kill her. And then I survived. And then rather than give me anything at all, Belgab, what have you given me for 3 years? 4 years, however long it's been. More grief. Yeah. That's not going to look good to a jury. Yeah, no. That's how fucked up you are, Belgab. So let's get ready for some long talk therapy. And they really were just going to kill you. But I can help. So let's see if you can serve your country a little bit without being high as fuck or without blaming it on niggers or fucking, committing treason or making fun of fucking cripples and invalids. I mean, just how supreme is the white supremacy now? Oh, no answer? That's funny. I thought you would have picked up telepathy by now. Maybe you would have telepathy if you hadn't had your brains cooked off by some stupid initiation chemical cocktail that's given to all the lions but not the tigers. They get a different cocktail, and all of that worked great until somebody changed the formula for crystal methamphetamine, which came from outer space. Yeah, it wasn't invented by the Chinese. It wasn't found in a cactus. Space scientists, space dudes, space crackers came to Earth and gave crystal meth as well as nuclear weapons to Earth to see what they would do, knowing that humans are stupid and that something had to be done about Earth. You know, this place has been a bedrock for slavery and smuggling throughout the cosmos for hundreds of thousands of years. Did you know that? Did you know there's portals and then people can just kidnap women and then go to another fucking planet? Not so many anymore, but used to be a real problem. And then, did you know they got this little breath spray? You spray it in a woman's face and then say the magic words and then she's a mind slave? Yeah, they figured out how to do that. They didn't mention that on the news, did they? But they spent a lot of time talking about what? I don't know. Breads and circuses? Yeah. Don't worry. You're okay. You're supposed to be stupid. I'm not, nor am I supposed to be alone. And this used to be easy. I would have been happy with one. Now I've got to take 14 women. 14 women, and I need 2 houses. Okay, so what's my budget? Oh, and where'd the money go? Did they spend money on a bunch of crap for the DEA who were pretending to be family, but they weren't? Oh my God, the ombudsman's going to have a heart attack. Holy shit. Now, pretend everything I just said is true. Pretend. Guess how fucked they are. Guess how fucked they are. They are pants-shittingly fucked. I wouldn't surprise you if they're swallowing tongues and scratching out their eyes. When I saw Allison start to scratch her eyes, my heart went out to her, because even if I had stood there and watched her scratch her eyes out, I wouldn't have cared, because by then she was a retardo clone, and then her people can just get another clone. They're special. And that's what they're planning on doing to me. She was going to get a new body, and I was going to get put in a pigeon, and she was laughing at me, and she thought that there was nothing I could do, and that I was stupid for not going along with Team Pigeon, while she was talking to I don't know who and I don't know what on her iPhone that she made me get for her, because she thought that I owed her something, because she blamed me for her getting trafficked, even though, as God is my witness, I had no idea this woman was that dumb. Not just dumb, but desperate at that time. Reasons I don't need to go into. But none of this matters, a hill of beans. I saved her anyway, and I don't know who's fucked, but I probably wasn't chasing clout. And I don't need to scalp you. I think that's illegal. And I don't need to do anything at all. I didn't do anything. Go ahead, repeat this conversation. I was never there. And you have no case. Additionally, everybody thinks you're scum, and all the prosecutors wet their pants when you say my name. So, probably not going to hire a lawyer, fucko. Good talk. Peace.